DoorDash has introduced a brand new feature, Top Customer. So we're going to go over a few key points in this video as it relates to DoorDash drivers and the potential for earning extra money and encountering customers with a brand new delivery status. Welcome or welcome back. I'm your boy FDA Dash and Trader. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. Let's hop right into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DoorDash's Top Customer designation is a relatively new feature for Dashers based on the information that I've gathered so far. Here is what it means basically. So top customer, as we have it right now, from the perspective of DoorDash, a top customer likely refers to someone who orders frequently, may or may not have Dash Pass, and they could have a likelihood of using DoorDash for various needs like groceries, retail, pet supplies, food. Let's dive a little bit more deeper into it. So somebody who orders frequently, the most consistent understanding of a top customer is simply someone who orders very frequently on the DoorDash platform. They might spend a significant amount of money over time. They also may have Dash Pass or other loyalty programs. Customers with Dash Pass or other DoorDash programs might be categorized as elite customers, similar to the top customer rating, which is a distinction that could overlap with the top customer designation. These programs offer benefits to the customer to encourage frequent use. Beyond just food, these customers might utilize DoorDash for groceries, retail, pet supplies, etc., further solidifying their top customer status. Not necessarily a top tipper. This is a crucial point that many Dashers have noted when it comes to seeing that top customer status on that order banner. It's also kind of up in the air if it translates to them being a generous tipper. There's no guarantee that if they're going to have a high tip by being a top customer, but it does signalize that they are a frequent orderer. A lot of Dashers have reported that the top customer orders sometimes still have low or no tips. So top status seems to overall reflect a spending frequency on the platform and not necessarily how much they tip on each individual order. The direct benefits for Dashers from seeing top customer banners are somewhat debatable and often viewed with a skeptic lens. Because as a DoorDash driver, we got to look at these things objectively. Whenever DoorDash does something, it's usually not to benefit the driver. However, there are some potential ways DoorDash intends for it to benefit the driver. Implied potential for better tips. When you see that banner, especially when you're a veteran driver, it's new, it's flashy. It's giving you a sense of, I may have experience or a higher chance of receiving a bigger tip. Dashers, to provide excellent service to these customers, are implying that, hey, if I see this, I may get a better tip. Let me go ahead and go that extra mile. The idea is that these customers, as far as DoorDash is concerned, these customers are valuable, so keeping them happy is a priority. And from a DoorDash standpoint, I can understand this. They want to do everything in their power to keep those more frequent orderers on the DoorDash platform, thus giving this customer a top customer designation, simply because DoorDash may want to retain that business a little bit more. So the opportunity for repeat business is an indirect benefit. If the Dasher provides exceptional service to a top customer who orders frequently, there is that higher chance the Dasher might deliver to that same customer again. This could lead to familiar and potential smoother delivery experience. Knowing a customer is a top customer might encourage the Dasher to be a little bit more attentive to the customer delivery instructions. It just might. I'm one. If a customer sending me a lot of messages, I look at that as a red flag. But if they're a top customer, maybe, just maybe, I might say, you know what? They might have earned the right to send me these extra messages. Maybe they gonna tip me extra. This is all hypothetical, but this is the way DoorDash want us as Dashers to think about this. The potential for understanding the customer behavior over time if Dashers notice a pattern with the top customer or particular deliveries, this information could subtly inform their dashing strategy. And it definitely had an impact on my strategy. When I was out the other day, I seen this top customer banner for the first time, and you better believe the customer who was the top customer tipped $10, and the other customer tipped $2. Could be a coincidence, could be a fluke. But that experience definitely reflects the data that Dashers have been reporting across the country. DoorDash's focus on customer retention. The top customer designation is likely more about DoorDash's strategy to retain the most valuable customers by highlighting them, something that they should be doing. As a company, DoorDash hopes to ensure that these customers receive the best possible service, encouraging them to stay on their platform. Which all in all is going to be good for DoorDash, it's going to be good for Dashers, and it's going to be good for the customer because we need the customer to place that order. We need DoorDash to facilitate that order. We need them to be an upstanding platform in the eyes of the customer so that the customer place that order so we can get that money. But we also need them to give us a little bit information when we dealing with one of those better customers, because we know some people just order, willy-nilly. Some people order once in a lifetime, but we need those dedicated, frequent customers to be satisfied when they get in their order and when they placing that order. Therefore, we need to know when we dealing with them. So DoorDash is doing the right thing. Now, again, this is not guaranteed that you're going to get high paying orders. If you see the top customer banner, it's different from a high paying order banner. You might get a high paying order that's not a top customer. You may get a low paying order that is a top customer. But make sure you're keeping this in mind when you're dealing with base pay, peak pay, and tips, and you trying to fish for those high paying orders. In essence, DoorDash will likely introduce top customer banner nationwide to incentivize Dashers to provide that premium service to the valuable customers, which again is something they should be doing. We should be prioritizing these frequent customers, these customers who potentially have the chance for higher tips. We should be prioritizing them and providing them with the premium service. This direct financial benefit for the Dashers is not always clear, but it's definitely there. And if you're a veteran, you're going to want to make sure that you are doing everything in your power to give these top customers the best level of service that you can, so that you can increase your chances of them being repeat customers, and then in turn potentially increase your tips when you out doing your deliveries week over week, month over month. I've only had one experience so far with a top customer, and from experience, I got the highest tip from them. So in my market, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for top customers. And also, I'm going to see when those top customers are directly correlating with a high paying order. And to take it a step further, we're going to be taking a look at what kind of orders statistically have the most top customers. Are they pizza orders, shopping orders, pharmacy pickup orders? Which orders in my market or your market is going to give you the best chance to match up with this customer? What results are we getting when we do the orders from the top customers? And do we see customers being taken out of the top customer status from time to time, similarly to how we get our status taken from top dasher or down to platinum status or gold status? I'm curious to see all the different changes from market to market when it comes to this top customer. And always, guys, look, don't forget to leave a comment on this video on your experience with DoorDash's new top customer banner. Are you making more money? Has it impacted you? Are you seeing new customers, or are you delivering to the same folks? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you being here, watching this video, having this conversation with me, and I'm excited to have the next conversation with you. You see, I got my microphone right here on my hat. I got my camera set up on the window. We trying out some new things, but DoorDash is trying out some new things too. Let me know your experience, and I'll see you in the next video. We out.